This is my tennis story in two parts. One of several factors that led to my quitting the game of tennis as a junior was a feeling of being stuck. I was competitive, I felt confident against most players, but when it came to the top tier players in my region, I knew I just couldn't hold my own. I bought into a system that believed in attaining perfect mechanics, but I was being overpowered. The solution was to bulk up, but I never had the same dedication to strength and fitness training that I had for my tennis. I received constant praise for my form and my natural ability to hit even after picking up tennis a bit later than most tennis families. Coaches tried to poach me. My father gave me the option to switch to them. I said no thanks. I wasn't convinced that any other coach had a system that rivaled Great Base Initiative. When I returned to tennis, I quickly got back to a highly competitive level. But even as an adult, the top players were again overpowering me. Each time, I could swear that I was getting to the ball with early preparation, with enough time to swing, and yet I did something wrong. There was no solution, just the realization that this is tennis. I wasn't good enough, and better luck next time. So in 2015, I searched the internet for something extra, maybe something different. I was going to find a cost-effective solution, or I was going to quit tennis again, because I didn't want to play a sport with the idea that it's all downhill from here. I believe there are rec players out there that have the same mentality as me, and if they don't get some belief that the future holds some form of growth, then we move on. What I searched for specifically catered to advanced players that found a ceiling in their game. It helps to have credibility. So when I saw Oscar Wegner was a former coach of Gustavo Kuerten, a former #1 in the world, as well as having influenced the Williams sisters' tennis when they watched his ESPN series that their father recorded for them as children, my interest kept peaking. What kind of system is this? He had a list of misconceptions. One by one, I was going to test the logic rigorously because I was still a believer in the Great Base model. After just one read, I was already starting to see tennis differently and already envisioning the growth I was searching for. After 2 days of making sense of it all, I couldn't wait any longer, so I reached out to my friends and got them to hit with me. I had shared what I learned with them, and even if they, my friends, just agreed with me, that ceiling I hated so much turned into a blue sky. I was sold. I was going to invest in Oscar's online video library, his book, and take online one-on-one lessons with Oscar himself. Anything Oscar Wegner. I needed to understand modern tennis methodology as well as I understood Great Base. Within days, I no longer had issues with players overpowering me. I never liked teaching Great Base Initiative because I saw so many of my junior pairs struggle. It required real dedication, but Oscar's material encouraged me to share it with newer players because the philosophy was inspiring for all levels of play. You can hit like the pros. No more ceilings due to your age, your lack of experience, your lack of talent, and you don't need to rely on repetition. I don't dispute that there may be many that find Oscar's MTM unrelatable at an intermediate or advanced level. Sure, MTM has its difficulties, but the proof of concept was being proven through my own advancement. An advanced player under traditional models could never be expected to significantly improve their tennis as much as I had. My highest achievement in competition was winning in a doubles league match with a very good doubles partner against two players with an ATP point, and this was an amazing feat for a rec player like me. Oscar's inspiration for his methodology was Bruce Lee. See you in part 2.